Hi, Internet. I don't have a lot of views, so maybe I'm just doing this for entertainment, but I'm having fun. And I'm still drinking, which, if you see my previous video, when I talk about the Holocaust smoking ballot thing, you'll probably be like, he's stumbling on his words. He's had a couple of those. Damn right, it's International Stout Day. I want to talk about one of my favorite 7-inch records of all time. One of mine, and there's many I enjoy, as you'll know, a couple real big favorites, and this one for me is a definitive point with NWOBHM. So we'll not bullshit around with it. Let's just get right to it. Have Holocaust live from the Raw, Loud, and Live tour. Yes. A lot of people will remember Holocaust live for the Hot Curry and Wine, which we'll get to that, and that's one of my favorite records too. For the Metallica cover and The Small Hours. So, and it was a decent cover. I mean, people can say what they want about it, but they did a good job. And I love too the Holocaust came back and did it in a studio format, but all that bridge we'll cross later. This is, of course, we flip it over to the back, because I'm big on artwork. That's part of having the vinyl. Gives us on side E and side P. Pretty clever. Love and Feeling Danger, No Nonsense, Death or Glory from the Nightcomers. Great album. And Force Down Breakdown. And I love at the front, and no one would ever do this on a CD nowadays. Maybe they would. I don't know. But I love how they do it back then. They tell you 3 new tracks and expect to pay this much. Which I'd love to know now what, and I probably could have looked it up, but I'm lazy to see what a pound and 49 pence is in 2016 compared to 1981. Yes, 81. And I like to, Phoenix does this on some of their stuff, and I'll try to point it out every time I see it. All rights reserved. All right. Yeah. The Tilly Course recorded live at the Edinburgh nightclub, 10th September 1981. And then something just before I jump into the contents of this disc, which, let's take a look at it while we got it out. I actually own 2 copies of this. Just have another traditional Phoenix record label. There it is, upside down, right side up. Yeah. So, one of the cool things I have to go along with that is the cool fucking poster framed on the wall, which is actually just a magazine clipping. I think it's from Kerrang! From Kerrang! In 1981. And then I have, and we'll talk about the Coming Through single sometime, but the video ad, and holy shit, $29.95 for a movie? For video? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's worth it if you get the DVD reissue, and I'd probably pay 10 times that to have a VHS. Maybe not so much a Betamax, because what the hell will I do with a Betamax, but it would be cool. But I love having these little clippings like this. It just makes these pieces of history more relevant, of course. A classic Holocaust lineup on this. This is when they had Nicky Artless on drums. And then they had Robin Begg on bass, Ed Dudley on guitar, John Mortimer on guitar, and Gary Lettuce on vocals. And so you're like, well, why are you going nuts on this? Death or Glory on this here. And I will say this, loving the Nightcomers. Having listened to the Nightcomers 1,000 times on both CD and LP, that this just crushes the album version under a pile of Marshall stacks. It's just heavy. It's crazy. I think John Mortimer comes on and he says, "Are you ready for something so fucking insane? It's like having your brains hacked out by a madman." All right, suck on this. Just brilliant. And Love and Feeling Danger, too. Great song. No Nonsense, Force Down Breakdown. They're going to appear later. Remixed live tracks, right? On the Hot Curry and Wine release. One thing that's interesting is Death or Glory and Love and Feeling Danger are actually on the CD version of Hot Curry and Wine, the reissue done by Edgy Records over in the UK in 2000, I believe. And here in the United States on Metal Blade, which is how I acquired it. Back when you had a CD shop at a shopping mall, you could go in and order something. And then by the time I got it, CD shops were going away because, 6 months of back order. So then you write to the little record label thing that used to be included in things, hey, for more, right here. And then you buy the CD. And this was in like 2003. I did all that. So, you know, when the album was, the Live Hot Korean Wine was 20 years old, and this would have been like 22 or something. And of course, now it's 30 some years. Going through here, Love and Feel in Danger. It's fun. The first track, fun, kind of galloping riff with a slide on, galloping coming from Mortimer, and some slide work coming from Ed Dudley. Kind of that Judas Priest kind of feel. Kind of typical, kind of relationship-y kind of thing. Not too typical, a little bit vengeful. I like me some vengeful. Just kind of kicking ass. No nonsense. I will say with this, I love on No Nonsense the whole having oi in a chorus. It's just so fun. It's a fun song, and that's all I got. It's a fun metal song. And the one thing too, before I forget, I want to say about the first side when it opens up, is I do love that whoever was running the club, and if you have the name, post it, or email me, or whatever you want to do, tell me, so the whole world knows. Some club guy announces, "Good evening, everybody. Please welcome Holocaust," as he like screams Holocaust into the microphone. Death or Glory, as we've covered, going to side P, because remember, sides E and P. Death or Glory, like I say, amazing, great, early thrash metal. Just probably the highlight of this record for me. Brilliant song. And that being said, I really thought No Nonsense was a great piece too. I love how it comes in and it kicks ass. It just rams it right down your, oh, take it, metal. Force Down Breakdown's cool too. This is the chorus. I always thought was a little bit, you know, I think it was lighthearted because some about you can kick me when I'm down. I'm a sitting duck here on the ground. I know some people might be like, oh, it's cheesy, but it kind of captures how probably people were feeling with the economy and all that in the early 80s in not only all of the UK, but Scotland. From my understanding, it wasn't really the greatest times. And from what I've heard here in the States, it really wasn't either. And I do love that Force Down Breakdown has a breakdown in it. There's kind of a bass bit, and then the twin guitar thing. How much more British metal can you get than twin fucking guitars doing harmonized bits? So overall, these I think you can still grab off the Bay for, I mean, 20-ish, you know, probably pretty average. If you want to get a really cherry copy, you're probably going to push 30, and if you really want to risk it, you're kind of brave, you can weight your needle down. I think you could probably get one for under 20, but I mean, it's such a good record. Just do the right thing and buy good shit, because this is a great fucking record. That's all I got for you. I'm going back to the beer. Have a good night.